Hey ADU fans, Jeff Baker, ADU for you, and I'm standing in an alley in Denver's Capitol Hill neighborhood with a property behind me that has a Queen Anne built in 1890, Queen Anne primary house on the front of the property with probably a 1980s garage on the rear and an original masonry structure shed of some sort next to that garage. We will be building an accessory dwelling unit on this property, but first we're going to have to take down this garage. And that shed. That will be starting very soon as we just got all our clearance for demo, and probably we'll be starting that here in the next week or so. Get demo going, and then we'll start the construction on that. Let's take a quick look around and see what we got going. So we got really tight lots here. Obviously, we're in downtown Denver. When these houses were built, there was no zoning code. They built them really close to each other, with skinny lots. This isn't our worst one that we've had. We're not too tight on this side here, but one issue we do have here is the overhead lines. As you can see, we've got this line going that way and this line going to this other unit. I think this happened when they did a service upgrade. We've just become aware as we're working through this process of permits and getting ready to do construction, contacting Excel, the service provider for the electric, to decide and discuss how we're going to uncross these lines. We're going to have to do temp power and whatnot. Well, it turns out that these lines got crossed because there was under power, I believe, on the south side of the alley. There's a transformer on the south side and apparently a transformer on the north side. And the north side transformer did not have enough power to upgrade the service on this multi-unit right here. So therefore, instead of upgrading the transformer and putting a new pole in like they should have done, do it right the first time, they just crisscrossed the lines to not have to do all that extra work. I don't know how many years ago that happened, but now we need them uncrossed. So when we first started discussing this with Excel, we had basically they come to the conclusion that was going to be on the responsibility and the liability of the homeowner to the tune of $20,000+ or so. But it turns out that there's a new law that they're actually trespassing by going across the property like that, and that they have to remove it because there's not an easement in place. And so it turns out that our designer at Excel, his name is Austin, was able to look at that after I pushed back a little bit. And it turns out that Excel is going to go ahead and take care of that, which is great. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll get both these lines uncrossed. But as you can see, an old garage and a shed.